Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture.
And I'm the inspirational Andy Murray from WhatCulture. And remember, if you're a bald man and you go outside in the sun, you should definitely put sunscreen, on your head.
Coming up, which two WWE superstars are getting it on?
An update on when we'll be seeing Dean Ambrose next.
And a former world champion turned MMA fighter. He's in a bit of trouble. This is the news.
So, story number one, and I'm afraid it's a bit of a bum note to begin on because a former WWE's champion's career might be hanging in the balance. We're talking about Sheamus here. He's been absent from television since the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Now, he was actually concussed. That's the reason he's currently sidelined. But if you've been keeping track of the man's career over the past couple of years, you'll know that he's suffering from spinal stenosis. That is an incurable narrowing of the spine. It's a very, very serious condition. It led directly to the retirements of Edge, Steve Austin, and some others in the wrestling business. Well, in a Fightful Select Q&A, Sean Ross Sapp kind of dived into this and said within WWE, people were just kind of glad that he was able to get past WrestleMania, and people were really astonished that he's been able to wrestle this well for this long given his condition. An update from Raja.com says there's a growing fear within WWE that Sheamus is now winding his career down. So this is really, really kind of horrible stuff. It sounds like there's a good chance now that a guy who's been a loyal employee of this company for so long might be on the verge of having to hang his boots up.
Yeah, it's a real shame this. It's amazing, especially because over the last few years or so, he's got into arguably the best shape of his entire career.
Oh, he's a beast, yeah.
But it's something that we've heard doing the rounds for quite some time now, and this would suggest, what with them splitting up the bar and sending Cesaro to do some single stuff on his own without having a proper blow-off for that, that may well be the case. But I've always been a huge fan of Sheamus's. I know, some people may think that sort of middle part of his career, he sort of got lost along the way. But
yes,
an incredible recovery with the tag team work he's done with Cesaro. And hopefully, I hope he gets one sort of big blow-off match to end his career with.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm a high guy on Sheamus as well. I think he's fantastic. His list of good to very good TV matches over the years is really astonishing. He's been a very serviceable performer for a long time. Really athletic, big man, good hard-hitting offense. There have been times when his presentation hasn't been on point, but who can't we say that about in WWE? He wasn't a particularly great babyface when they basically booked him as a bully, but the guy's always been really good in the ring, and this run with Cesaro has been fantastic. It's given us the best version of both of those guys. I'm really kind of downhearted by this. Sheamus is a really underrated wrestler, and it's just a shame.
And he clearly seems, you see all the videos that he puts up, and he does all the workout videos.
Yes.
So he clearly gets on with the entire locker room. Hopefully he's going to be one of those guys, sort of akin to Jason Jordan, who can transition well into some sort of backstage role.
That would be nice to see. He seems like a great guy, so whatever happens next, let's hope he does whatever's best for the good of his health.
Good luck, mate. Right, moving on from one ginger to another. Becky Lynch has confirmed on Twitter, I don't know how we got there. Becky Lynch has confirmed on Twitter, to the surprise of, well, not many, I don't think.
Yeah.
She and Seth Rollins are indeed dating. I know this is a bit TMZ, but I think it's something that's been speculated on by most wrestling fans for a while, and it's nice to see, the schedule that these wrestlers have to go on. It can be very difficult to maintain relationships.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see these two just being happy together, I suppose.
Yeah, good for them, man. Good for them. So this all came out as part of a Twitter exchange with Beth Phoenix and Edge. During which Beth said something along the lines of, are we getting our fellas involved now? And then Becky tagged Rollins in the follow-up tweet. So yeah, good for them. I'm particularly delighted about this because it means terrible, terrible days ahead for the I love Becky Lynch, she's my future wife, all that brigade are going to be absolutely devastated by this. My girl Becky, all these idiots in the comment section are going to be absolutely fuming.
And Adam Cleary.
Oh, poor him. It's great. Good for them. I'm glad they're happy. Here's hoping WWE don't do that really mean, spiteful thing that they often do of splitting them up on the road. That would just be needlessly fanny-ish behaviour.
Or making it into a storyline, please.
Oh God, no! Can you imagine? Next.
Raw tonight next, though.
Yeah, so moving swiftly onwards. Diggity Dean Ambrose, or Jon Moxley, if you will. We have a little update on when he might be able to wrestle again. So, He was attached to this film called Cage Fighter last week. This is a mixed martial arts themed film. It's got guys like Anderson Silva, Alexander Gustafsson in it, all kinds of MMA personalities, as well as a fine acting cast, including Michael Jai White. He's going to be committed to this for the foreseeable future. So Shagger Dave of the Wrestling Observer is reporting that he won't be taking any independent or wrestling bookings until he has concluded filming. Now, it's not currently known how long exactly that'll be. Ambrose is currently filming on the project, but he doesn't play a major role. He's not the lead. So there's every chance they could be wrapping him up in a couple of days. He might just need a couple of takes. But yeah, it doesn't sound like we'll be seeing him show up. You've got something to say about this, haven't you?
Just ironic. He's not taking any independent wrestling bookings, is what you're saying, despite the fact that he's left WWE.
Not yet.
Coincidence, that, isn't it?
Just say it, mate.
It's almost like Dean Ambrose leaving WWE is a work. They've written this in so he can go off and shoot this film without it being a little bit weird that he's not appearing on TV every week, and then he can have this big dramatic return, whether it is as Dean Ambrose or Jon Moxley. I'm telling you, it's a work. How far does this conspiracy go? Is there even a cage fighter film?
Can whoever's editing this just kind of edit that out? Or like, can we swap Wilborn with those pukes from the gaming channel or something?
Oh, whoa, that's too far.
Like,
I'm telling you, it's a work. What do you think? You think it's just legitimate?
Yeah, I mean, I don't adhere to wacky conspiracy theories, so yeah. No, it just sounds like he wanted to try something different. He's going away. He's going to try his hand at acting, see if he's any good at it, see if he can get any leads in that. You know, Dean Ambrose is always, or Jon Moxley, or Jonathan Good, whatever the hell we're supposed to call him at the moment.
Dean Ambrose, he's not left to be doing
He's always been a bit of a weird guy. Yeah. He's always going to do his own thing. Look, I'm just really looking forward to seeing what he does next, whether that's in films, whether that's on the indies, whether that's in AEW, whether that's in WWE.
When he comes back, yeah. Probably around sort of SummerSlam, yeah.
Anyway, next story.
Yeah, let's go from one person who hasn't left WWE to one person who most certainly has. MMA fighter, former WWE wrestler, Jack Swagger, better known as my best friend Jake Hager now, of course. An MMA fighter fighting with the Bellator fighting organisation. He had his second fight over the weekend, and he got in a little bit of trouble. He submitted TJ Jones by, I think it was a triangle choke. That might be a second triangle choke, actually. He's won by. Hey, Shane McMahon could probably learn a thing or two from him. Anyway, he won that fight, but got into a lot of trouble afterwards because he did not release the submission hold when instructed to by the referee. And this isn't like, obviously, wrestling, where it's a lot more pantomime, let's say. This is legitimate, and a triangle choke is a very dangerous hold to be kept for far too long. But he sort of did it in a way that would suggest there's almost a wrestling element still to him, because it's almost like a heel turn.
Yeah, it kind of is, because he did the professional thing in the afterwards and said, I didn't realise, and all this and so forth. Very good stuff. He cut this really weird promo after the fight, and I'll just kind of quote this. So obviously he was booed because stuff like this is a very big no-no in MMA. He said this, Jake Hager said this: "Y'all can boo me all you want because you're not in here right now. I am rock hard right now with emotion. I've got a boner."
I like that. Rock hard right now. Oh no, that could mean he's rock hard, or it just means like he's really excited. Then he's just clarifying it. No, just to really put that mental image in your head. I have a boner.
I want to shag something.
Yes,
is what he's saying there.
But he looked great. He was currently facing TJ Jones, who is a beef plant worker.
Yeah. I'll just give you the headline of the Yahoo report that I took the quote from there. Jake Hager attempts NSFW heel turn after submitting beef plant worker in Bellator fight. So, way to undermine his victory, guys.
He looks very good in the fight. It's just,
he's in great shape.
Depending on who they're going to put him against. They're obviously sort of protecting him. He's a bit of an investment for them. Yeah. He's a name, obviously, in Bellator. But just a weird all-round series of events, that, wasn't it?
Bellator is a weird little organisation in itself. Jake Hager, I really hope he does well. I think when he was released from WWE, a lot of people were predicting him to have some kind of breakout run. That didn't really happen. He's been in Lucha Underground as Jake Strong and a few other places. But he didn't really get a massive independent bookings, whether that was by choice or not, I don't know. Here's hoping, though, he seems really dedicated to this MMA career. Here's hoping it takes off, because he was really kind of undermined in his last few years in WWE, so it's just good to see him doing good boner things.
I remember chatting to him a while back, and he was really passionate about this, and you can see he's obviously put a lot of effort in. It's just Just a weird one, let's
Yeah.
just say. Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions. Don't forget you can tweet them at us at WhatCultureWWE. Question number 1 comes from the Peter Experience on Twitter.
Hey.
Who says Becky is currently at 34 days as Undisputed Women's Champion and will be at 42 days come Money in the Bank being all but Y2J and X-Pac. How long as double champ is satisfying to you folks?
Ooh, man. I like long title reigns. Like, I love the Okada 2-year reign. I think that makes a belt, it makes the wrestler. WWE only really seemed to do them with Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey, though. Obviously, AJ had that year-long one as well, but it wasn't the best. I would love to see her hold both belts for like a minimum of 6 months, honestly. I would love to see her just completely dominate everyone, beat everyone, until finally someone rises up, maybe someone coming up from NXT or something, and takes the belt in one star-making moment. I think, however, that she's losing one of the belts on Sunday.
Yeah, we're slightly getting more and more worried that that's going to be the case. But I'd like to see, her hold both belts probably up until around sort of SummerSlam time would be ideal.
100%.
To have her drop one of them either at SummerSlam or in and around it for someone coming up, let's say from NXT, like you say there.
Baszler, yeah.
Oh, God, can you imagine? Right, question number 2 comes from James McHugh. James, thank you so much for your question.
Legend.
Who says, hey guys, seeing as Vince McMahon and co are clearly lying about us being the authority, should WWE just give up saying that and bring back deep GMs for each show? Maybe someone like Teddy Long or Edge as GM of SmackDown and Stone Cold for Raw. Now, those two last ones probably aren't going to happen, but GMs.
Yeah, like they should give up this pretense immediately. Like that whole thing was a farce. I'm sick of seeing bloody McMahons on TV every single week, apart from Shane, he's a legend. I completely agree. I mean, if it was my way and it was Andy Murray's wacky wrestling world, I would have no authority figure whatsoever. I think they just take heat away from the wrestlers. They hog airtime. They outlived their use a long, long time ago. But if you have to have them, bring a couple in. Speaking of Teddy Long, I bet you can do a banging Teddy Long dance.
I can. Question number 3 comes from Andrew Wilson, who says, the Firefly Funhouse has me thinking about Bray Wyatt's career and has me wondering, do you think a full-on, not just vaguely implied, full-on supernatural gimmick a la 90s Undertaker could work today?
I don't think it can, unfortunately, unless you have the best writers in the world and the best performer in the world, like someone who's just so charismatic that they can get anything over. I think it's just a little bit too wacky for these days, honestly. Like, if you look at The Undertaker's, when he rose to prominence, WWE was this big, cartoonish, colourful thing. And he kind of transcended that because he became this force of nature. And you could still buy into it until his physical capabilities diminished, like, over the past couple of years, when the mask kind of started slipping off a little bit there. Yeah, no, I just don't think so. Like, this is the reality, right? It's, whether you like it or not, it's more focused on personalities and people rather than characters and gimmicks. Now, whether that's a good or a bad thing is up for you to decide. But no, I just don't think it could work. It's the wrong time period. And
especially with someone like Bray Wyatt right now, who's arguably doing some of the best work in recent years.
It's mint, yeah.
He's one of the best things on Monday Night Raw right now.
He's the only thing saving Raw from complete and utter tedium. Really, they're going to think that. Let's not be cynics. They're going to do a good job.
I'm sure there could be a supernatural. I'll tell you what. I'm sure there could be a supernatural gimmick, but not in WWE. I'll say that. Right, let's move on to today's, and finally, I've got to thank Rye Bishop for sending us this on Twitter, or at Old Thunderbucket himself. Andy Murray, remember last week I asked you who your favourite women's champion was?
Yes,
Who is your favourite intercontinental champion of all time?
D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo Brown was good, you know. There's been many, many great names that hold it, including, according to WWE's toy makers, Maurice!
Wow!
I'm all for mid-card belts for women, but I don't remember Maurice winning it. I remember her husband winning it.
I don't remember that either. When did Maurice win? Well, how do they keep getting stuff like this wrong?
Not just wrong.
I mean, to be
really
fair,
wrong.
The belt kind of matches her attire there.
It looks great.
Good look. But
it looks great.
Adam Wilborn, you weren't expecting this, but I'm about to hit you with a second, and finally. So, nothing major here, just a really good picture of Shagger Dave.
What?
Look at this. Look at that.
Dave.
So that was tweeted to me by One Winged Angel at Abe Froman0069 on Twitter over the weekend. Thank you very much for that. What is this? Like, look at the tie-dye hoodie with the alien.
He's got the hoodie on. He's got the alien conspiracy theory because he knows Ambrose leaving WWE is a work. That's like any long dance. Let us know your thoughts.
That's like a bloody monster mash.
Let us know your thoughts on that. And all today's news stories in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and send us your Twitter questions at WhatCultureWWE. Whilst you're there, you can follow both of us. You can follow him at
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for happy to be here.
You can follow me at Adam Wilborn. You can follow us all at WhatCultureWWE. My thanks to Andy. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.